All right, we
Whack
ready?
ass movie. Whack.
Stop it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Probably the most overrated movie of all time ever.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Guess who's back? Casey, baby. Miss me while I was going. 716, stand up. For them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with it. Rap for the package, it is what it is. Swerving the trap. Like I lost control of it. Put the competition like I ran over the sprints. Double lines, baby, nothing out here hugging the bridge. Red light, green light, head light, beat bright. Super style light, make these lanes take right. Fabulous flow, make the girls say nice. So got cups full to the party break light. The car is full to the cabin sight. I'm on to the next, like Jay said, right? Yeah, swag too slick, make a hater wanna fight. Not out of jail, boy, but you click to my life. So what I gotta prove? My Lord's like boy, nothing to lose. I'm on the mic, kick the beats and cruise. The cat look calm like I never made a move. Back on the beat, the hammer in his feet. These boys all brittle, tried up raps. I never move cripple cause I got 2 feet. I'm out of my own business, boy, nobody bad me. The grind is impeccable, I've been chasing decimals. Now it's like in, the money is inseparable. Catch the fashion that I'm sending to you. Anything is possible to put your mind to it. I've been through it, but I've been disputed. Now I feel like a chick, bitch, I'm undisputed. Thought I conquered the whole thing, the hustle never been lame. Turn the street, fuck, so remember my name.
On from the Ignorant Thinker podcast. All right. How's everybody doing out there today? Welcome to the Ignorant Thinker podcast, Talk Yours Tuesday, and the Flying High podcast. I'm here with Ryan Thomas. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, man? What's up?
All right. We also got the Chocolate Girl in the building, Sharon Ma. What's going on, Sharon?
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing? Anybody eating any chocolate today? I had some chocolate today. It was good.
I don't know where that went.
No, chocolate. Chocolate candy. Like Hershey bars, chocolate.
We also got King Czar in the building. What's going on, King Czar?
They can't erase what we were, man. They can't erase what we were.
Okay. All right.
What? Don't everybody act like they know what he's talking about. Come on now.
I don't.
I'm not even.
Not one bit.
Every show, my background movie theme, I'm doing a line from the movie.
Okay.
Anyway, Dead Eye, what's going on, Dead Eye? How's everything going?
Good as it can be, man. Just representing.
What you representing? What you representing tonight?
LA.
All right. I'm representing chocolate candy. Chocolate candy.
Oh dear. Oh, okay.
Everybody need to eat a piece of chocolate candy every day.
You know what? I
Listen
need a
to it.
Reese's or a Kit Kat right now. I'm
Yeah,
hungry.
some chocolate in your life every day brings you joy. Unless you're allergic, then that's a problem. Yep.
All right. Sports Guru, what's going on, baby?
Hey man, I'm trying to get with this technology, brother. And I see Miss Chocolate looking delicious tonight. Y'all got a date? You and huh? What's going on?
No. She for you tonight, man. She came in here for you tonight, man.
Oh no.
Wait a minute. How, y'all can't pass me around.
No.
Determine where I
what
go.
the hell's going on?
You know what?
about.
I just realized as I'm getting older in time, I just want to be happy. You know, I can't be fighting over Sharon every night. I'm getting older. I just want to be happy. You know what I mean?
You're giving up. You're giving up.
It's
I
not
thought
giving
you
up.
told me. I thought
It's not
you told
giving
me
up.
you love me. I
It's not
thought you
giving up.
told me you love
Dennis,
me.
live your
If
life.
you love me, you can't do that.
I'm not giving up.
Don't worry.
Live your life and let the pieces fall in place, Dennis. I got you.
I'm getting my Will Smith on. I realize I cannot make you happy all the time.
Oh my God, where's this going?
This is the first polygamous relationship I've been in, and I'm accepting it, Sharon. I'm accepting.
Polygamous.
Yes.
I'm not a polygamist.
Not right now, you ain't. But after
She's
you
a
get with,
polygamous fool. Hey, Dennis, hold on,
What?
bro. She is not a polygamist. She's a Baptist.
Okay. All right. Ethan Tweety, Bill's Mafia. What's going on, baby?
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
Okay. All right. And we also got Pylon in the building.
How's it going? How's it going? Living off this high from Saturday at the UFC. Got the draft for 3 days, 2 more fight cards.
Shout out to A2D Radio for the meme of the week right there, baby. A2D Radio. Shout out to them, man. My family over there in A2D. Listen, we're gonna start the show off. We've been talking about it for weeks. We've been wanting to know who you think your top 10 centers of all time is. So, King Czar, I wanted to hear yours first.
All right. So I normally always have a rule to don't judge what I haven't really seen, but in my rankings, I can't leave these guys out. I mean, I've heard enough. I've seen enough footage. It's on and on again. I'm not gonna have these guys as high as probably most of you will, but I got them up there. I'm gonna put the most dominant guys at the top. There's other good centers I've seen, but I'm gonna put those guys. You'll kind of get it when I say it, but I'm gonna include some of these guys. So you want me to go first down, or you want me to go backwards?
This is your list.
I'm gonna go backwards.
Go 10 to 1.
10 to 1. Number 10, Dwight Howard.
Okay.
If any questions, let me know. Number 9.
No. Just do your list.
Number 9.
Calm down, Damon.
Number 9, Bill Walton.
Okay.
Number 8, Moses Malone.
Okay.
Number 7, David Robinson.
Oh, all right.
Number 6, Patrick Ewing.
All right.
Number 5, Bill Russell. Number 4, Wilt Chamberlain. Number 3, Kareem. Number 2, Shaquille O'Neal. And number 1, The Dream. It's my list.
I just gotta ask this question. You know what? I tried to be quiet, but something about me, I just can't do it. You telling me that Dwight Howard is a better center than David Robinson and
No.
Hold on, I got a couple more. Hold on, I got a couple more. Alonzo Mourning.
I got him ranked higher. Barely. Alonzo probably would have been 11 or 12.
And I'm missing something.
Because at one time, Dwight Howard was the best center of this era for at least a good 5 years. Mourning never was the best in any year. Or
That was a watered down era. Wasn't no other
I
centers
mean,
there. Wasn't no
true.
other centers there but
Just
him and
like
Bynum.
people talk about Will Chamberlain's watered down. Where we gonna go? We going there with it?
I'm just saying, there's a watered down era. Wasn't nobody there but him and Bynum.
Wasn't nobody but midgets in there when Wilt was playing.
At
least there was
the way you
700.
talk about Dwight Howard, I feel as though you should have put Ben Wallace in there.
Nah, I can't put nobody that averaged 8 points a game on my list.
But he had 3-time defensive player of the year, and
I would
also
put
he won a championship.
Mutombo would have made my list before Ben Wallace.
But
Mutombo should have
he
made the list
won
before
a
Dwight Howard.
championship. Dwight Howard.
Here we go again with the one championship.
Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
It's
Sports
not,
Guru, you ready?
Ron, it's not enough,
I
Ron.
want to hear Damon's. I've been itching to hear his
Sports
all
Guru,
day.
you ready?
Yeah, well, yes, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Let's get this top 10 centers of all time, baby.
Do I get a drum roll?
Let's do it, baby.
All right. We got a tie for number 10. Coming in
Tie?
at number 10. Yes, a tie. No, Mr. David Robinson, and you guys, obviously some young jacks out there. You're not even going to understand that, but I'll tell you one thing. You get 42 rebounds in a game, you on this damn list. Nate Thurman. Okay. That's all right. We keep it. Let's get that drum roll going. All right.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
All right. Then we're gonna come in with my man. We used to call him Funky back in the day. Number 19. They used to call him the captain. Y'all, anybody know who he is?
Oh, yeah, you talk about Heart Like Willis Reed, baby.
There you go. Funky.
Right.
Heart Like Willis Reed.
Funky back in the day. And when I used to be at Knick games on the stanchion, okay, in Madison Square Garden. Okay. All right. So number 8, we got a man he could be classified as a forward. And I looked up the stats because I like to do my homework and everything, but I'm putting him in there. And I'm going with the as they call him, the Big E. Anybody know his name? That's Elvin Hayes. All right. Number
He's in
7.
my top 20. He is in my top 20.
Okay. Well, he's a lot more than top. He's in my top 10. Okay.
Great.
Number 7. Number 7, we're going with my man, probably one of my favorite players of all time, next to LeBron, and that would be Mr. Patrick Ewing. Number 6, we're going with Mr. This guy was unbelievable, and he literally won a championship damn near by himself, and that would be Mr. Moses Malone. Moses Malone, number 6. Number 5, this man was really good, a little bit injury prone, a little bit, later part of his career, but he was awesome, and I got to go with Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 4, I'm going to go with a guy who has a big mouth these days, but there's no denying his greatness. As he said, he never missed a big free throw, or he never missed a free throw when he needed to make one. And you know what? After all, watching most of his games his entire career, I pretty much have to, co-sign on that. And that would be none other than Big Shaq. Number 3, this man, you talk about Jordan and all his, he's 6 championships and he's the GOAT and all this other nonsense. This man, he got more championships than anybody.
12 points. What is 12 points averaging as? Go ahead.
That's right. You can knock it all you want. I seen everybody on here play. Okay, I seen everybody. Okay, so let's just leave it at that.
Me too, Damon. Get him, Damon.
Mr. Russell, Bill Russell.
Number
2, hey, there's nobody with a shot. I don't even understand why people don't try to, emulate his shot. And that would be the none other than Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And number 1, when you average 50 and 30 or whatever he did, and I know there's a lot of people who talked about this man bad because in certain championships he was getting 5-on-1, but then he would dust a guy who was number 3 on the list because he basically had 40 points and 30 rebounds, and just because he would lose, somehow he was a loser. He's my number 1 of all time, and that would be none other than Wilt the Stilt. There you go, number 1. Wilt Distillery.
Okay.
There you go,
Okay.
Guru. And nobody is topping
That's a
that
good
top
list.
10. And I
That's a
gave
good
you
list,
11.
though.
I gave you 11 for the price of 10.
Hey, you see the smile, right? That's a good list.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
good list.
Chocolate girl, you ready?
Oh, I'm always ready. I'm born ready.
Oh shit.
I'm born ready. See what my shirt say? Okay. I got number 10, Guru. You know, I mean, I'm sorry. Let me specify.
I know.
Mr. Hargrove, you're gonna be really proud of me because I got Willis Reed as my number 10.
Yes.
I do. He's my number 10.
Hey,
And
Czar better go get his
His
money
history
back.
books together.
I ain't paying attention. I ain't. Don't even get him started.
I don't judge what I
Let him
ain't
stay
seen.
where he at. Let him
I
stay
don't judge what I ain't
No, you
seen.
got to.
Let me finish my list.
You probably think Joe Louis is the greatest boxer.
Children, let me finish my list.
He's
Come
up
on,
there.
boys. Come on, fellas. Number 9, I got the Moses Malone. Probably the most overlooked, most fearful or fearless, I don't know which one you want to call him, center of all time. People don't even talk about him that much. Moses Malone was incredible. He was a force in the middle. And without him, Dr. J wouldn't have won. He couldn't get it done until he got him some Moses. So Moses Malone. Number 8.
Go ahead and say it.
I have gotten in many arguments about this dude.
Go ahead and say it.
But I'm gonna say Patrick Ewing.
Oh shit. Sharon, we looking alike over there, Sharon. Hold on now, goddammit.
Hey, Patrick Ewing, number 8. And number 7, you know, I struggle with this one because I took him off the list and put Bill Walton here. And then I scratched off Bill Walton and put this guy here. And I'm not really sure. Maybe I need to make it a tie like Damon did.
Bill Walton didn't play enough, Sharon. He didn't play enough.
Yeah, I know. And that kind of affected my list a little bit. But when he was healthy, he was in the top 10. You cannot deny.
Nope,
you cannot deny.
But he just couldn't get on the court enough. That's the only problem with it.
But
I would have put him in there.
I thought about putting it, him right here but I put Robert Parrish. Please don't beat me up for putting him on here.
Oh no, I'm not gonna beat you up. Robert Parrish.
I put Robert Parrish on here for a reason.
Now I wouldn't have put him in mine.
Me neither.
Like I said, Walt Bellamy had 42 rebounds a game. Show me, that speaks for itself. But he, the chief, as they call him,
he was a chief. I'm gonna tell you this. Robert Parrish probably was the quietest beast in the paint of any center that I've ever seen. He didn't talk much, didn't say much shit, but when it counted, he was in your face and he wouldn't back down to nobody. I have to say that.
He reminds me.
He was on the Celtics, and that man gave the Lakers the business. So yeah, he has my respect. But then that goes to number 6. I got the Admiral. Got to salute David Robinson. Number 5, I got Hakeem Olajuwon. Yes, I do. Number 5, where he belongs. Not no damn number 1.
List.
Number 4, I got Shaquille O'Neal. That's number 4.
Do we have him the same level?
And then I got Wilt Chamberlain is number 3.
The same number.
Almost.
Shaq,
oh, we do. That's right. Yeah, we do. I wrote that down.
The same number.
Yeah,
that's greatness. That's greatness.
He is great. He is great. And number 3, I got Wilt Chamberlain. That whole noise about the era and the championships, when you know basketball, you know basketball. So I don't even listen to that noise. Wilt Chamberlain is number 3. Number 2, the winningest NBA, ABA, whatever player of all time, Mr. Bill Russell, deserves his respect. Ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna put Hakeem Olajuwon over Bill Russell. I don't care what stat you show me. Ain't no way I'm gonna put
Why not?
him ahead
Why
of
not? He
Bill
was just
Russell.
as good.
I'm still talking. I didn't
Go
interrupt
ahead.
you.
Go ahead.
And then number 1 is the captain, the man with the most indefensible shot ever, unguardable shot ever, the man that they changed rules for, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yes, he
AKA
is the number 1.
AKA Lou Alcindor.
Lou Alcindor. That's my
What school?
list.
What school did he go to, big man?
UCLA.
No,
UCLA.
high school.
Oh, I don't know that. Shit,
I
that's a
forgot
little
the name of it.
goddamn shit.
I
Power
used to know.
Memorial.
Yeah.
Power
I
Memorial.
used to know. Power
Get that
Memorial.
education
And-
out here.
And let me
Okay.
tell you, undefeated. Won straight high school championships, college championships. Then he won 5 in the NBA, 6 in the NBA. I mean, just you cannot say that he's not the greatest center of all time. I don't care what you say.
You're going by championships. You're right.
I'm not going by
Thomas.
championships.
Ain't going
I
by
don't have to go
championships.
by championships.
Brian Thomas, what you got, player?
I got Hakeem,
And number 1?
number 1.
Thank you, Brian.
I got Hakeem because
Thank you.
I like his footwork.
Because you like him.
He had more shots. He had to do more.
Greatest offensive center that ever played.
Oh God.
No, that's a lie. Go
Nah.
ahead.
I ain't talking about average. I'm talking about
Number 2,
greatest. Go ahead, Ryan. We'll talk about it.
I got Shaquille O'Neal.
There you go. I mean, we eat greatness, boy. Keep
I
it
got
going.
number 3, I got David Robinson.
You lost me a little there, but keep going.
Number 4, Alonzo Mourning. Number 5, Mutombo.
Dikembe
Dikembe,
Mutombo.
number 11 on my list.
I got number 6, Dennis boy, Moses Malone.
Okay.
Number 7, Ben Wallace. Number 8, Patrick Ewing. Number 9, Kareem. And number 10,
Oh God, Jesus.
Bill Russell.
Okay.
Oh my God, Jesus.
I love your 1 and 2 is perfect. That's for sure.
Whew. Next.
You're killing me.
Y'all
Yeah.
killed us.
Pylon, you got your list?
He coming back for football, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
Yeah, he said he was skipping. He said he was skipping the. We got Ethan on here though, right? Is Bill's Mafia here?
Bill's Mafia,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah.
Hi,
Somebody-
Ethan.
I wrote down. Dennis, did you do yours yet?
No.
Dennis didn't do his yet. He going last.
No.
I
He
was
said
going
no.
Last. So I wrote down which people I agreed with the rankings. So I'll have fun with this. Number 10. I'm going 10-1. Number 10, Bill Walton. Sharon, you'll be happy. I have him on mine too, but not. I don't think of the same ranking, but I have Robert Parrish. Number 9. Okay. Can you guys still hear me or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Number 8, Patrick Ewing. 7.
Oh, shoot.
7 is David Robinson. Number 6 is Moses Malone.
You right there.
Hakeem Olajuwon 5.
They messed up.
No. I'm with Guru and Chocolate Girl, and then these two. Shaquille's 4. Bill Russell's at 3. I have Wilt still at 2, and I agree with Sharon on the number 1, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's right. You go, Ethan.
Like your bottom 5 better than your top 5.
All right.
Big Dennis.
At number 10, I got Willis Reed. Number 9 is Robert Parrish. Number 8 is Moses Malone. Number
Slow
7
down, man. Slow down. Number 8 is who?
Moses Malone. Number 6 is Patrick Ewing.
No, 7.
Number 7 is Patrick Ewing. Number 6 is the Admiral. Number 5 is the Dream. Number 4 is Shaq. Number 3 is Bill Russell. Number 2 is Wilt Chamberlain. And number 1 is Lou Alcindor. That
I like your top.
is my top 10 centers of all time.
You know, our list is very similar, Dennis.
That's what I said when you said that. I was like, damn.
Yeah, our list is similar.
I said that same thing when you said it. I was like, damn, that list is good. Now, I just I don't agree with the Dwight Howard thing.
He never gets respect. I got him at 10. I mean, you
No,
can't
it's
tell
not that
me.
I disagree. It's not that I
Tell me
I
disagree.
y'all number
respect
10
him, but he's
center.
not top 10
Y'all
all
can't tell
time.
me y'all number 10 center individually in his peak and his skill set was better than Dwight Howard. I don't buy it.
Yeah,
Defensively,
I got two guys.
But
he
he
carried
was.
that team to the finals by himself. That man
But
was
he
a beast for a
was.
minute,
But he
offensively and
was.
defensively,
But he
with no
was.
help.
But he was.
But people hate on him. I mean, that's fine.
We're
I got
talking
him at
about.
10.
We're talking
I
about
got him at
Willis
10,
Reed.
so it's not a big deal to me.
We're talking about Willis Reed.
Right. I don't think he was individually a better
How you know?
basketball player than Dwight Howard.
How do you know?
What you mean? How do I know? I told you the players
That's
I
what
haven't
I
seen. I've
mean.
seen footage, but I usually that's my problem. I try not to include what I haven't seen, but I already know that wasn't gonna fly.
That's fine. But see, but if you're gonna go hard and
So why do
argue,
people say Babe
you
Ruth is the
admit
greatest
it
baseball
I
that
player?
you
don't say
haven't
Babe Ruth
seen
is the
him,
greatest.
and
I know.
you
I didn't
haven't
say
seen
you. I
him,
said
and
why
you
do
haven't
people?
seen him, and you don't like to talk about players you haven't seen, then you should just say that. You
Because
can't
I
just
already know
say
you. I do. Well,
you
y'all
can't
know
just
that already.
say that he's not better. You don't know.
No, you
Just
got
say
a
you
point.
going by
No.
what you
I
know.
feel you. I feel you. It's a tricky way. It's you got to go one way or the other. It's like, you know what I mean. Either I'm going to include all of them or none. It's like, you know what I mean. So I kind of went on reputation.
I'm old, so I'm entitled. I can include all because I've seen them.
I've seen Kareem second half of his career. I've never seen Russell. I've never seen Wilt. I've never seen Reed. I mean, at least playing, not like YouTube or whatever the case.
It's funny. All these people that never seen Jordan play, they think he's the GOAT. It's so that to me that
most
doesn't
of the
make
people
sense.
that don't, most of the people that haven't youngsters, they think LeBron is the GOAT. From what I hear,
No,
No,
not
they don't.
I've been listening
they
to.
don't.
or Kobe.
No.
Most of them think, in my opinion, from what I've been able to ascertain, they think Jordan.
I mean, I just think they're going off the heavy reputation of him being the GOAT. Same thing.
Right, but they're going off of something. I don't care what they're going off of.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of footage. Jordan's got so
Only-
much videos and so much.
See, the only thing I can say is you ought to be able to tell even from footage. I can
I
tell
do,
from footage.
but I'm gonna be real with you,
I can
Sharon.
tell. Wait. I can
All right.
tell from footage. I didn't
Yeah.
see all of Wilt's games. I saw. I mean, by the time I was watching basketball, I don't even think he was still playing. I think he had stopped playing.
But see, this.
But I saw footage. I had been seeing footage of Wilt since I was in the 4th grade. And
Right.
the reason why is because they used to, at my school, for some reason, they used to highlight all the black basketball players, all the black ones in the NBA.
At that
And they
time,
used to
wasn't any,
use
right.
that in our English class. It was wild how they did it way back then. It was my school was the bomb back
I
then.
believe you.
But
I believe
anyway,
But
so
see,
that's
that thing-
how I was able to witness or see these players. Some of these players that stopped playing by the time I was even born. I was able to watch all this footage, and then we had to study the players, and we had to do all this stuff. So I know about players that came before me.
Right.
The excuse that some of these people, I'm not talking about you, Czar, but the excuse that a whole lot of these people use, talking about, well, I can only talk about who I've seen. That's bullshit. You're lazy. That's what it is. You don't want to take time to learn. I'm not talking about you.
No, but I mean, I don't agree with that. I think it's fair. I think it's fair that you don't judge someone you haven't seen.
I'm not finished talking. I believe that they are lazy because this is it. They want to go by their window of what they see right here, and they don't want to take time and compare and contrast. That's what I mean. It takes time to do that. You can't just watch one video and do that and formulate a sound opinion. And they don't want to do that. So that's why I say they're lazy. They are.
Now, I go by eye test. I go by what I see. I also knock the eras that Wilt and them played in compared to the 80s on up. So I got my reasons why I'm not as high on them as you guys are. I know sport. I know what I know, and y'all can take it however you want. And like I said, I had them guys are still up there. I still respect them. The best centers that I personally seen with my eyes was Shaq and Dream.
All right. Well, with that being said,
I think Shaq would have murdered that era.
This question right here is a personal question because every time I go see my cousin Corn
in the history of the NBA.
Every time I go see my cousin Corn, he asks me the same question. Why y'all don't talk about the Celtics? Why y'all don't talk about the Celtics? First of all, we don't give a fuck about no Celtics. Let's get that out the way. But let me keep it clear. Here you go, cousin Corn. What we want to know about these Celtics is how far of a run are they going to make in these playoffs? That's what I want to know about these Celtics.
How far of a run? Is that what you said?
Yeah, how far of a run will they make in the playoffs? Yes.
I think that was your first round and exit.
You think they won and done?
Yes.
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
I think they're gonna make it to the second round.
Well, my thing is this: they're not going to get to a number 5, in my opinion. If they get to 5, then yeah, they'll win. But I think they're going to play one of the 3 best teams in the East, and they're not going to beat neither one of those 3 teams.
Oh, so you think that they're going to lose to Milwaukee? Because that's what it looks like right now.
Absolutely.
Okay. What you got, Sports Guru?
I think what Czar makes an interesting point. The seeding is the most important thing. You know, if you're in the 3-6, you know, I mean, what? No, not it's a
6, 7, 8.
No, I'm saying, but I mean, they're a game behind. I mean, it could change. There's 10 games left. I mean, they can move up to as high as 4, and they can move. They could be in the play-in for all we know. So
no, if they get to 4 and 5, I have them winning. That no, I don't even know. I don't even care who they play.
Yeah, they could match up with the Knicks in the 4.
They play the Knicks. Oh shit!
They'll beat the Knicks. No chance.
I agree. I believe they could beat the Knicks. But I will say this: I'm not a big believer in Brad Stevens. You know, he reminds me, you know, like these coaches today, the Budenhausers. You know, I always mention him because he had 2 teams with the best record. And got knocked out, I believe, in the first round both times. And Brad Stevens,
I remember that.
Right, in Atlanta and in Milwaukee. And so my thing about Brad, he has this reputation of being this great coach, that he's a tremendous, designs great plays out of bounds. You know, I mean, that he's a genius, so to speak. He should have really went back to college, because his reputation is going to get more and more stained. And if the Celtics lose in the first round, I think it's almost just I would be very shocked if he doesn't get fired. And they have enough talent. They went out and got the kid from Cleveland, you know, likes to mess with the Kardashian girls. You know, Tristan Thompson. Thompson. I mean,
I didn't put that together.
Now, Kimba is the wild card. If Kimba does play well, the Celtics, let's face it, they can beat anybody. They can beat anybody. Then they just went out and got that kid from Duke, and he's not terrible. So this is to me a make it or break it year for Stevens, because it's got to be. You can't blame it on anything else but coaching. Because everybody says he's a great coach. So if you got the talent and you're a great coach, then why do you underachieve every year? You can't have it both ways. So I just, you know, and it bothers me because, you know, Lloyd Pierce gets fired, and obviously, you know, Nate McMillan's doing a great job. But, you know, look at the guy for Orlando that keeps his job. You know, it's you know, look at the guy who got the job in Chicago. These guys.
Donovan's a good coach, bro. He's a good coach.
Billy Donovan is not a good coach.
Yes, he is.
I can't say he's terrible.
Billy Donovan is a terrible head coach.
No,
he did a terrible job in his last job.
Agree to disagree.
And he went and got a job without even waiting again. Just Bill Walton did the same thing. His son. He was terrible with the Lakers, and he didn't even have to wait a couple of days.
You comparing Donovan to Bill Walton's son?
Yes, I'm in the sense that in the sense. Listen to what I'm saying. In the sense that he did a terrible job and didn't even have to wait and got hired while other people were out there that could be hired ahead of him. He didn't even have to wait. There was no
Who?
waiting period.
Who?
Mark Jackson.
What's his name? Donovan did that, and so did.
No, I said who could have got hired ahead of him?
Mark Jackson.
What?
Mark
Thousands of
Jackson.
people.
We already know the
Jason
story about
Kidd.
Mark Jackson.
The guy that
Jason
just went.
Kidd.
The guy that just went to
No, I don't want no
Indiana.
damn Jason Kidd.
Wait, let him finish
Oh,
talking,
tripping,
man.
bro.
The man that used to coach the Knicks, who went to coach his alma mater.
No, I don't want him either. He is not a good coach.
Well,
I know you like all
talking.
I know you like all black. I support my black too. But every black person ain't a great coach.
Let him
Chicago did a
finish
great-
talking.
Chicago
Hold on,
over-talking each other.
Hold on, let me finish this point. Chicago went out and made great trades, and they still stink. They still stink.
Dude, it's his first year. Can the man get some time?
It doesn't matter. Look at Thibodeau's his first year.
It don't matter.
Oh, actually, it don't.
Great job his first year.
Thibodeau's a great
No matter
coach.
What year it is? The Knicks, they have no talent.
Dude, Thibodeau took over a playoff team. What is you saying, bro?
Thibodeau,
how you gonna compare what Thibodeau took over to what Donovan took over?
Thibodeau ain't take over no playoff team.
Yes, the Bulls were a playoff team when he came.
When?
What? They got Derrick Rose. What you mean?
Then we talking about Thibodeau with the Knicks.
We talking about with the Knicks.
You crazy? Man, you lost, man.
First of all, I'm not comparing Thibodeau to Donovan. You compared him to Luke Walton.
Wait. Why wouldn't you compare Thibodeau to Donovan?
Wait a minute, but why are we even
Thibodeau's
talking
a better head coach.
about the Celtics? So
They're
why are
both
we even talking about
first-year
this?
coaches.
Why would
You know why we talking, Sharon? It always gets off. Come on now. What else is new?
But wait.
No, but
okay.
there's no need to do that. We talking about the Celtics.
Right, I agree.
Stevens.
Like I said, I think the Celtics going to be one and done.
Okay, Brad
Stevens. Right, but I ain't give my opinion. Can I give mine? I ain't give mine. Okay. My opinion is they're going to make it to the second round, but it does depend on where they're seated by the time the playoffs start. Now, if they have to play like number 1 seed or something like that, they fall all the way to 8 or something, they have to play the number 1, then they'll probably be one and done. But I have faith in the Celtics. I hate them, but I have faith in them despite their weak links. What are their weak links? Not only is Stevens coaching questionable, but I'm not a Kemba Walker believer. I never have been. And when he came to Boston, I knew that he was not going to be the answer that everybody thought he was going to be. And he's proven me right. So, I mean, when
Scary Terry, personally.
Yeah, they should have kept Scary Terry.
Yeah, and that core was a better core together.
Yes, I believe that. Their chemistry was better, and the type of player that they need the type of play that they needed from Scary Terry fits them better than Kemba's playing style, in my opinion. And I just don't believe that he's got it. There's such a thing as it, and he doesn't have it. He's a good player, but he's not great. And they need it great. And I don't think that he's it. So I believe that they'll make it to the second round, depending upon where they're seated, and go from there. Okay. But I'm not Stevens. He's lost some street cred with me over the last couple of seasons.
We're gonna get back to that coaching situation.
But what you think, Dennis?
Billy Donovan and Tom Thibodeau. We're gonna get back to that a little later. I personally think that the Celtics could upset Milwaukee and get to the second round. I personally do believe that.
If they play Milwaukee.
Well, I mean, I'm just thinking about right now.
Right.
About what the season is right now, 3-6. So they were able to play Milwaukee right now, and I believe that they could beat Milwaukee. But they losing to the Sixers in the second round. I don't give them nobody said we owe them an ass whooping personally. All right. Besides that is a pretty talented team, and I do understand where Sports Guru is going with it, with the Brad Stevens thing. Like, that's a pretty loaded team. So we'll see how that all plays. I don't think he gets fired this year, but I do think he's on a hot seat next year. That's how I feel about it. Anybody else got anything to say on it?
No, let's move on.
Let me just say one thing real quick. Sharon, I just want to say one thing about putting everything on Kimba. Tatum and the other character, they got to take some heat too. Jaylen Brown, they got to take some heat too. I'm not putting this on.
I've been saying for a while, Sports Guru, that I think they're gonna break them two up.
And you know what? I can't argue with you because to put this all on Kimba
before they find Brad Stevens.
Those two are the number 1 and 2 players. Kimba's number 3 on that team. He's the Chris Bosh on that team. So Chris Bosh ain't never take no abuse. Okay? And the best thing
can I respond to that?
Is get that rebound and kick it out to Ray Allen. So
hey yo,
can I please respond to that?
Yo, Guru is crazy, man.
Can I respond to that?
I keep it 100, baby.
Let me clarify what I said. I didn't say that I think that Kimba is the number 1 option. That's not what I said.
No, I didn't say that either. I never said that.
What I said is that that's what they were expecting when they made the trade.
That he was going to come in and be over those two?
Hold it. When they made the trade, that's what they were expecting. That's what sports commentators said. That's what they said, that they were bringing him in to run their offense and so that he can do this and he can do that. He has not done what they said and what they expected him to do.
Okay,
I was of the opinion that he was a 3rd option when he got there. Actually, I put him 3rd or 4th.
Well, he can't be 4th
because you got to remember Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart is a very good decoy and a very good, like the stealth bomber.
Marcus Smart ain't never going to be the player Kimba is.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But hear me out. Hear me out. When you have clutch situations, I've seen it. I've watched this team closely. And when you have clutch situations, there have been times when you have Jaylen and you have Jason drawing the defenders, and then you split what's the dude's name? What did I say his name is? Marcus over to the other side, and he can shoot a mid-range jumper and win the game. I've seen him do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And when they brought, and this is what I'm saying, when the game is on the line, Marcus Smart is not always your 4th option. At times, he's your 3rd option. Sometimes he could even be as high as 2nd. He's never the 1st option.
So that's
depends
true,
on the situation.
That's the flow of the game, yeah.
And,
Steve Kerr.
Right.
Steve
It depends on the situation and what's going on at the time. And so what I was saying is when they brought Kimba over, they brought him over to be their 1st option in situations like that. And he's not proven that he can do that. That's all I'm saying. And I never said that he was the only reason. I said Brad Stevens was a reason, and I said he was a reason.
Well, I'm blaming the other two.
I didn't say that the reason stopped with him.
I'm blaming
I just wanted to clarify that for our viewing public.
I'm blaming the other two. And like I'll echo it just with saying this. I agree that Kimba, because he's a shoot-first point guard, that his orchestrating sometimes is not on the level that it needs to be. And that kind of takes away from Jaylen and the other cat. And that's why I don't think this team clicks, because Brad can't bring it all together.
I agree.
I'm gonna be straight honest. Brad is not a strong enough coach. They talk about him as if he's this, R-back type mentality, mainly cause he is white, but he don't have that in him like those other coaches that have that strong backbone and that strong just aura about him. The way people try to prop him up is a difference between being propped up and being real. He's not real. That's my opinion.
I don't care what they do. I can't stand them. So whatever.
All right, let's move on to the next.
F the Celtics.
Dennis, what the next question is?
All right, we was doing top 10. Top favorite players in the draft. Your top favorite.
Our favorite.
Like your favorite. Like you seen these guys, you watched them in college, you seen their pro days.
All time or this year?
Okay,
this year.
this year in the
How
draft.
many? How many?
It's up to you.
All right. I'll go last.
Harris.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Najee Harris. Carlos Basham Jr.
Where's Carlos Basham? Hold. Where Carlos Basham Jr. play for?
Boogie Basham, he went to Wake Forest.
I ain't know that.
My younger brother really wants him on the Colts.
How many players you see come from Wake Forest? The hell?
Not many. I got him on
my
my
brother's
bus
a Colts
list,
fan,
go
and
ahead.
he actually really wants Boogie Basham in a second.
Ronnie Perkins, pass rush, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your 3 favorite. Okay.
Yep.
All right. What you got? Pylon to pylon.
I'll go last. I'll let everybody else go.
Well, no, you got the longest list. I think you need to go next.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you have Javon Holland.
He probably got 50 people on there.
Well, that's what I was asking.
Like, how many, you got the longest
how many
list.
you want me to limit it to? Like,
nah, you go ahead, man. I want you to go ahead because
I was silent the first half. So, you got Javon Holland, of course, Najee Harris. I really like the two corner, the whole DB core really, from Syracuse, Andre Sisco, Trill Williams, Efiatu Melifonwu. A lot of the DBs. I love a lot of the DBs in this draft. So that's the main position. Like some of my favorite, like most of my favorite players are the DBs. There's so many good safeties, so many corners, and so much versatility there this year too. So that's where most of my favorites lie.
That's it?
That's it?
Do you want me to I can keep going? Yeah.
Come on, Jared. You're disappointing me now.
You want me to drop my whole top 50 board? Like, I don't know.
No, not
whole
50.
ain't a favorite.
Maybe go to 15. Maybe go to 15.
All right, yeah. Amon-Ra St. Brown, another guy. A lot of these guys like Dennis, and then they've heard me talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sage Surratt, of course. Both the Surratt brothers. I like the linebacker out of UNC as well, Chaz Surratt. Baron Browning is another guy. There was a couple guys I really like. Some of my favorites, like Daniel Falele, they decided to go back last minute, but he was arguably my favorite player. Who else? I like Wyatt Davis, just because he's just being so slept on. Tyler Shelvin, the DT, him and Christian Barmore. I like Christian Barmore because he hadn't taken a snap before. Like he only took a few snaps really the year before this year, and I had him as my number 1 DT, and then he just went nuts. So I was kind of happy about that. I like when people make my predictions good, so that they get a little credit in my favorites list there when they do that. But yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's a good list.
Oh, Kenny Gainwell. I got the 2 running backs, Kenny Gainwell and Puka Williams Jr. Kenny Gainwell from Memphis. He's like these other Memphis running backs coming out recently. Antonio Gibson from the football team, where they're just basically a running back and a receiver. I do think he's the best one out of him, Darrell Henderson, and all them. And Puka Williams Jr. from Kansas. He opted out 2 days before the first game. Maybe he knew what was going on with Les Miles. Maybe, I don't know, but I don't want to get too far into that. But Puka Williams, I think he's a super. He's probably the biggest sleeper running back I think in this draft.
Really?
Because he's not going to go to probably 4th, 5th round.
He's kind of small though, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's got a lot of that Clyde Edwards-Helaire where he's just so evasive for his size, but because he can run with a little bit of power too for his size. Surprisingly, if you watch his tape, he goes through tackles a little bit. Gainwell is the same way too. He's kind of smaller, but he can play he plays an aggressive receiver style and running back style. So. I like them both, but they're really just forgotten about. So that's a lot of my favorite players this year. Is people that have been forgotten about, slept on, dropped down the board. Like so many players have just been dropped down the board because they opted out strictly. So it's going to be the craziest draft I think ever. It's my prediction.
All right. What you got? What you got over the Kings are?
I have a couple. I always, I like more skill position than anything. But I was again calling, players out, whatever. And I know we've been going at it about this first player, but that's why I'm big on them. And I got Jacksonville making the playoffs because the first game I saw, I watch a lot of quarterbacks and I'd be like, that dude is not going to be good in the pros, whether it was Matt Leinart or Kyle Bowler, these guys going hella high in the draft. And I'm like, these dudes are not going to be good. And we're gonna see what happens with this guy. But Trevor Lawrence, the first game he came in with that long hair, I'm like, who this dude? I know he was touted out of high school, but that first game, in my opinion, I say this dude will go number one if he can come out in this draft. Or the second, you gotta be 3 years out eligible before you can come out. I thought he would have went number one all 3 years if he could have came out. That was my opinion. So I'm a fan of him.
I'd have to look at it, but you might be right. Honestly, just looking at thinking of the recent QBs that came out,
yeah,
I'd have to look though.
I've said that, and I believe that. Kyle Pitts, huge fan. I mean, again, he's not even a need for us, and I know Jerry loves him. I love him, but we don't need that. But if he's there, I mean, it would be silly. But we need to get a cornerback. But Kyle Pitts is going to be all worldly, and I love that guy. I'm a Penn State fan, so I got to shout out to Micah Parsons and Jason Away. Those are two of my boys right there. And, Penn State, which they call linebacker U, I think Parsons is going to be a stud and an all-pro in the NFL, barring injury, things of that nature.
I was sad to see Journey Brown retired in college.
Right.
He was good, man. He was a really good running back. And I hate seeing stuff like that where they have to retire medically in college
before they can even get to their dream. Right.
Sucks.
And then I'm like you, man. I'm a huge fan of, and let's say we might get one of these guys. I love DBs that I'm a Deion Sanders is one of my favorite players of all time. So I go back and forth, Surtain and Horn. Now I think I want Horn, but I love both of those dudes. I think they're both can't miss. I love the way they play. They're physical. And I'm a huge fan of those two players as well. And of course, I got to shout out Najee Harris, Antioch. That's the next city over from where I live at now currently. And they're waiting to party over there when he get drafted. But local cat Najee Harris from where I'm at now.
He's from where you are?
Well, I'm in Pittsburgh and Antioch. Yep. They're connected. I'm 5 minutes from where he went to high school at.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Dude was just a monster in high school.
He was just unstoppable. He was out of this world. In high school, bro, he was a man amongst boys, bro.
He is just so versatile. He can do anything you want out of a running back.
Right.
Yeah, the DBs, man, it's so loaded. I had 11 of my top 50 were DBs, and I didn't even have a lot of the popular ones up there, like J.C. Horn and Asante Samuel Jr. and Caleb Farley.
We talked about that when we did that other mock draft. I remember you saying that. Yeah. It's going to be fun, man. This is going to be a really fun draft, deep draft, and I can't wait, man. I can't wait, but that's mine.
Okay. All right. Sharon, you ready?
I am always ready. You ready for me?
Ready.
Dear?
Ready.
All right. So my favorite positions on football teams are the running back and the wide receiver. That's just me. And so my favorite players are all running backs and wide receivers in this draft anyway. So it includes, of course, the usual suspects, Najee Harris and Travis Etienne. But I'm also watching, hold on, this dude, Chuba Hubbard.
Chuba Hubbard, baby, that's my guy.
Yeah, he was highly mocked.
This dude.
And then
I'm watching this dude. And he catches the ball well. That's the main thing that I'm seeing about him. So I'm watching him. It'd be interesting to know where he goes on the board. And I'm also watching Elijah Mitchell out of Louisiana.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just something about him. I just feel like he's a smart runner. I'm not into the Puka guy. I'm just not.
What about Javonte Williams? I like him a lot.
And
it's too small. It's all right.
Williams, Javonte Williams. I don't know. I know a lot of people are excited about him. He's from North Carolina. He is a pretty good running back, but it's North Carolina. That's a basketball school. And so even though I know that they're improving their program and so forth, I'm still just not that convinced. I mean, he used to be a linebacker. Now he's a running back. I don't know.
That's like
I wouldn't shut that down because that's been.
Well, I'm not shutting it down. It's
no. That was the wrong wording by
know.
me. I should have meant like downplaying it, like using that as, because that's actually something that's turning into something wildly successful in the NFL. You look at Devin White, like a lot of these linebackers are, because they have a sight of the other side of the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Not only
they
that,
know what linebackers
not only
are
that,
doing.
not only that, it makes them a tougher runner. It
and
can
more
make them a tougher runner
yeah.
because they're used to the physicality of being a linebacker. So I get that.
And the athleticism too.
Yeah, and he's athletic. I'm keeping him in my list of favorites. But he's not as interesting to me as he was before.
I agree on Javonte Williams though.
Wait a minute, I said that wrong. I guess I've lost a little bit of interest in him because nobody's really talking about him. But he is a good candidate, a good draft candidate. So that's the running backs. Now for the wide receivers, of course, Jamar Chase is my guy. That's the one that I feel is going to end up being one of the best wide receivers in the game. That's what I think. I'm not too into Devontae Smith or Waddle, but I do like what's that guy from
Bateman?
I forgot Rondale Moore from my list too. Yeah, I'm kind of mad I forgot him.
Purdue, Tony? Yeah, from Purdue.
Rondale
Moore. Yep, that's him.
He's my number 2 wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah, I like him
as long as he can stay healthy.
I like Bateman.
As long as he
I like
can
his
stay.
size.
Now I like Rashad Bateman too, Minnesota. I'm all about the Big Ten wide receivers. So yeah.
His teammate did good last year for the Bucks.
I don't like anybody else. I'm not really jumping for any other quarterbacks, like just jumping up and down about them. I do like the OSU quarterback, and I just really want him to do well. I'm really pulling for him to break the Ohio State curse in the NFL, but yeah, I'm not really caring about the quarterbacks.
Dennis, read the comments.
Hold on, Sports Guru. Go ahead, Sports Guru.
Okay, let me see what I had here. The one. So, are you mixing up the bus with this segment, or is that a whole?
The bus is the next one.
Okay. No. So I'll leave that out. Okay. So one thing I want to say is that I noticed that like they don't want to pick running backs at I guess in the top 10, top 15, top 20. So, but I have to agree with Sharon. This Najee Harris guy, boy, he's the real deal. And I'm tired of like teams getting into this pigeonhole that you can't do this before you do that, or you have to pick the quarterback here, and you have to pick the running back. He's a football player, man. Football players win. The guy in the Titans was the most important player on their team. Okay, there's no question.
There's just so many stupid narratives in football, and it bothers me so much. And that's one of them.
There really is. It's getting way out of hand. They make it seem like baseball. The guy for the Giants that he should have been picked where he was picked. But if you look at the quarterbacks that were picked after him, or like what has Darnold done? So if the Giants would have picked Darnold, he would have been a bust for them too. So what's the big deal about where you picked a guy if that's crazy. You really if you believe in him? But another thing I want to say, I like Najee Harris, and I also like my man Fields to win a championship before anybody else in that particular, over Zach Wilson, over Trey Lance, even though he's not going to be off the board, but even like a Trevor Lawrence. Watch Justin be the first one of those, that group of 5 big time quarterbacks to win a chip before, especially if he goes to somewhere like New England. If he drops that far, because I know there's going to be a lot of talk about him dropping, I believe what's his name, the guy for Green Bay dropped Aaron
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. I think he dropped to like 20 or something like that. But that could be a blessing in disguise. God makes no mistakes. So for all these young cats out there, and I always tell, even I've always encouraged my daughter, like, when she got her scholarship, she didn't play a lot of college, but she got 3 years paid, damn near 70% of the tuition paid for, and Now that's why she's driving that new car, because that money I saved for college, I was able to put in the bank and spend that money on her. So never doubt your blessings. You know, you be surprised. Never doubt your blessings. So and that's all I gotta say. Watch my man Justin be one of the first ones to win that chip and show. And I also think it was wrong for them to tell about his situation with the epilepsy.
With the epilepsy,
it reminds me of Josh Freeman, who suffered from, I forgot what he suffered from. I think he was another something similar to being epileptic. I'm not sure what he suffered from, but the coach at that time dropped dime on that when he was trying to justify not playing him, and that's wrong. You know, I agree
with you. I agree with you, Damon. I'm really hoping Justin Fields can do that. And I do also agree that it was wrong for them to say anything about his epilepsy. Yeah. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that.
They'll hide that. They had that stuff in the NFL, but they won't like I don't know why people do that. Like, I don't know. Like, you got Patrick Peterson, for example, who people always reference him for the 1 year that he struggled, when nobody knew that he didn't even know that he had diabetes, and he was playing the whole year. He was 20 pounds over what, like, it was. And people just, like, the NFL will hide that stuff. But he came out himself and said that. But, like, you don't come out and say business. It's not, yeah. Unless he says, okay, you can say it, then don't.
Right. They have to give permission due to privacy laws. And see, this is the reason why I'm really wondering about this Justin Fields situation. Who gave him then the permission to let that out? How was that leaked? I don't think that we've heard the end of that story. That's what I'm saying.
Probably not. This stuff happens every year at the draft. There's some stuff that happens. People release stuff. Laramie Tunsil's probably the biggest example with the gas mask and everything.
Yeah. They said Warren Sapp was on coke.
Doing coke.
Lael Collins.
It came out right before he got drafted.
Yeah, well, I just think it's terrible, but
that's what I always say. I say it every year. Don't listen to them draft day rumors. I believe that is sent out there through teams to make sure that certain players fall to me.
Czar would know with Lael Collins. It happened with him too.
Lael Collins didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
first round talent.
And he was and he wasn't even the main person in the situation. He was like a witness. Like, he was like a there's another word for it too, but I'm blanking out. But I
was so happy we got him.
Yeah, he just knew the person that was involved with the case.
Yeah, I get Jerry. Hey, I know Jerry Jones got his stuff, but like Gregory, you know, I love it. Hey, man, that dude want to win. He giving them brothers the benefit of the doubt, though. They falling to us. Jerry, hey, I'm taking a chance. I got to deal with it. I'm grabbing these boys, man. And Gregory, it look like Gregory's coming out of it, about to be a heck of a player. Finally.
That's when I just saw when the reports about Barmore were just dropping. I saw it on my phone. I'm like, he's going to the Cowboys. Number 10, Christian Barmore. Immediately.
All right. Ernest said the Celtics will be first round, go home. Brad Stevens not made for the playoffs. Celtics in 6th place right now. David Roy said, what up, family? I'll jump in when you talk NFL. My cousin Damo said, what to do, y'all? David Royce says, still no culture. That dude is a ghost. Darius said, who would the Falcons pick at number 4? Ain't nobody care.
You better worry about it.
David Royce said, I'm game. Dalton said, hey, Deborah. And Kellen said, please like and share the show. Oh, yeah. Sam Sports also said, draft party via Zoom. Food and drinks available. Inbox me if you're interested.
Okay.
Food and drinks.
Bring my food and drinks to North Carolina. Okay.
It's BYO people to let you know.
Hey, shout out to the OG for saying that I was speaking facts. I'm not sure what I was saying at the time. It was about 34 minutes ago, but shout out to OG for recognizing that I know the truth. And I'm speaking facts.
Some of my favorite players in this draft. Number 1, I got to be a homer. So number 1, I'm going with offensive guard Trey Smith from Tennessee. The next person I'm going with after that is the offensive guard from White Michigan. Well, no, Wisconsin.
Michigan,
Wisconsin Whitewater,
Washington.
Quinn Miners.
Wisconsin,
Michigan,
Whitewater,
Michigan or Wisconsin?
Mercer, D3 talent going in the first round. Quinn Mercer.
Mulling people at the Senior Bowl.
No, yeah.
God dang. I don't know if he's gonna go first round, but
No, yeah.
Nah, he won't.
but he might. You never know. This is a
Especially if he
no
went
chance.
to Michigan.
Yeah, my favorite running back in the draft, Chuba Hubbard. That's my favorite running back in the draft, Chuba Hubbard. Not into the Najee Harris guy. Y'all can have him if you want.
You just like him because of the name.
No, I like Chuba Hubbard before the name. Everybody knows who my favorite quarterback in this draft is, Justin Fields. But my second favorite quarterback in the draft, Kyle Trask from Florida. Like him a lot.
Sting.
Garbage.
Garbage juice.
But you still haven't told me why. I'm still trying to get to the why.
I got love. Just love. It's just love.
But you're not telling me nothing. I just don't understand.
It's just so much love.
Oh yeah, I
just
forgot my
trying to
favorite QB is
understand.
actually
He
Jamie
played
Newman.
in a lot of big games. I'll say that about him, right?
Well, he's in the SEC.
He was close. He was close to winning them joints too.
He did play. He played in a lot of big games.
Close, but no cigar.
Linebacker, Jabril Cox from LSU.
Let's go.
Safety,
My guy.
Trayvon Moehring from
Trayvon Morg.
TCU. I like Dude a lot. Dude is different, man. I like Dude a lot.
I do like that linebacker from LSU. I do like him.
Jabril Cox, yeah.
Yeah, I do like him.
Speaking of converting the other side of the ball, he was an offensive player at North Dakota State. He played quarterback and wide receiver.
How do you spell his last name?
Cox, C-O-X. Yeah, Jabril Cox. I compare him to Jeremy Chin, who was a breakout player as a rookie last year. Very similar players.
And the player that I want the Eagles to get, and I probably shouldn't even say this, because is the fucking Philadelphia Eagles.
Say it, Dennis.
I got to make sure I get all the crack out of South Philly before I say this.
Yeah, see, he remind me of Swagoo.
Say it, Dennis.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. I want the Philadelphia Eagles to draft for the number 12 pick. Corner from South Carolina. Wait a minute. What the fuck is his name?
J.C. Horn.
J.C.
He ain't gonna be there. He ain't gonna be there, bro.
J.C. Horn.
He ain't gonna be there.
He might
be.
That's who
I'm not gonna sit there and say he will or he won't.
That's who we take it.
I see some straight. No, y'all taking
I'm gonna
Patrick.
tell y'all like
Surtain's
this.
there, you guys are taking Surtain.
Y'all taking
I'm
Surtain. Y'all putting the Bama boys together.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Dude, every mock draft I've seen, I think it's probably 85%. That's probably been the same. Besides Trevor Lawrence, that's probably been like the easiest and safest, and everyone's been saying it. And that never happens. We never get the player that everyone say that we gonna get in this consensus. I'm telling you, so the more I see
I think
it,
it's just this year.
Hold on. Zara, let me ask you this question, Zara. How many times? How often? How long have you been watching the draft?
how long have I been watching the NFL draft?
NFL draft. This is the NFL draft.
80s?
Okay, all right. Now I'm just gonna say just on last year. I'm just gonna go by last year right now. Last year, was Jared Jeudy not the number one wide receiver all over everybody's draft board?
Not on mine. CeeDee Lamb was on our.
Yeah, people had.
Okay, CeeDee Lamb was number two. Okay. He was CeeDee Lamb number two. I got you. You're right. CeeDee Lamb was number two. I get you. Who was the first wide receiver taken off the draft?
Oh, I know the Raiders. I live out here. It was Ruggs.
They also took Damon Arnett.
Harry is the Hayward Bay over Crabtree. They like speed.
Yeah, they took Damon Arnett in the first round of the same draft.
That's the Raiders. The Raiders don't count, bro.
And it wasn't Jefferson better than all of them?
They took Clelin Ferrell 6th overall.
Hey, I had Jefferson as the number one. I was the only person that kept saying Jefferson was the number one. Every draft show I went on, that's who I had.
I'm just trying to tell you.
I had Jefferson number 3 on mine.
What you can't do is go buy a bunch of mock draft boards and be like, "Oh yeah, this is what we getting. I'm cool."
No, I'm just saying, but it never goes that way. I think Jerry Jones don't
like I told people, if Justin Fields go number one, the whole world gonna be shocked.
I know.
The problem is in this draft specifically, the NFL is viewing Patrick Surtain as the clear-cut best corner in this draft. And the problem then lies with you not getting J.C. Horn in a scenario. Patrick Surtain is they're basically the same kind of corner.
Right.
So it's not like there'd be a different reason to take J.C. Horn over. They would go Surtain. Any team that needs the first corner will be Surtain off the board.
I'm telling you, we're going to take Horn if we take a cornerback. Watch.
But then I think it's just a crapshoot between Horn and a couple other guys. But I think Horn will probably end up being the second corner too.
Horn beat out Deion Sanders' son. I want Horn.
I mean, his son's not like.
I remember another year, Dennis. You speaking of?
I thought his son was a quarterback.
No, he got another one that's a corner. He was playing for South Carolina. Yeah. He transferred to Jackson State.
Hey, Dennis, I know you'll remember this, and this was a dumb decision. Most of the time, he drafted pretty well, but I'm telling you, every time when there's a consensus, we never get him. Everybody had us getting Steven Jackson, and that's what I wanted. He ended up trading down and not taking Steven Jackson, and then we ended up getting Julius Jones later in the first round, but which didn't turn out well. But I'm telling you, every time
Jones and Steven Jackson came on.
Well, yeah, it's true. The draft is just unpredictable.
Same
crazy.
year. Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Steven Jackson was my guy. I was sad.
That's what they compared Najee Harris to.
I was sad that he went to the Rams.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
They compare him to the running back for Tennessee Titans. What are you talking about?
Hey, man,
they was comparing him when he came out.
What am I talking about? I watch a lot of shows, bro.
Me too.
I'm not saying you ain't seen that, but you can't
Najee Harris.
tell me what I ain't seen. No,
they compare him to the running back for the Tennessee Titans.
That's fine. What I've seen, they compare him to Steven Jackson.
Well, I don't know.
It's hard to even put a comparison.
NFL Network, ESPN.
Since he in this draft, they compare him to the running back for the Tennessee Titans.
That's great. I see more that he's compared.
Najee's a guy you have to really look for a comparison, though. I don't think any of those are Najee Harris, to be honest.
All right, let's hear them.
He's a tough comparison.
Let's hear them bus. Where them bus at? Where them guys about to fall off the bus?
My bus, and I think the only reason he's going to be a bus, he's going to Chicago. Bateman, Rashad Bateman.
Rashad Bateman?
Okay. Wide receiver.
I just think he's going to be a bust in general. Not a bust. He's okay, but I think he's just so overhyped. He wasn't even better than his teammate, Tyler Johnson, who went in like the 5th round. He was all right when he got time this year, but I never saw the hype on Bateman.
My next bust, Micah Parsons, linebacker from
Pittsburgh. Parsons?
Yep, because he got
crazy.
He got off the field.
Let him finish, man.
He got off the field problems already.
No, that's draft day hype. I ain't listening to that.
He got what kind of problems already,
off
Ron?
the field problems.
Stupid problems. Not even that serious.
With the law. If Kazar to let me finish.
Shit, what do you mean? I ain't the only one talking.
It's a silent Z, sir. Or C, sir.
Thank you.
And the corner who Dennis used to have, Samuel.
Oh, Asante Samuel Jr.? Okay.
I just think he's too short.
Don't do that.
I think. You got a lot of tall wide receivers in the NFL. And if
a lot of short ass one too.
If you 5'9", you 5'10", how you compete with those tall wide receivers that 6'4" or 6'?
Yeah, but corner is now a position of 2 variations: slot and outside corner.
Well, that's how.
And there's been many corners now that have proven they could play in their short. Buda Baker, Tyrann Mathieu. I'm not even going to begin to list them, to be honest.
All right, well, that's who you got, Ryan?
Yeah, that's who I got. You're the guy.
That's not a bad list right there, though, Ryan. Because I'm a little iffy on Asante Samuel Jr. I'm a little iffy on him. I think I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt is because of his dad. Like,
yes, that's what everybody's doing. He didn't really do anything at Florida State.
On him. Yeah, I'm a little iffy on him.
Right.
That's my problem. He didn't really do anything.
I'm very iffy on him. And so that's who I got.
Sports Guru, who you got?
I got one and one only, Matt Jones. Because now, let me say this: did anyone see his pro day?
Yeah,
that's my man.
I saw his pro day.
It was horrible.
Okay, he had two of them.
So you're telling me that here's a guy that was so supposed to be so accurate that Kyle Shanahan and them can't wait to get him in his system and make him their robot, their pet. Okay. But yet in a pro day, when all of those great wide receivers that's on his team on a regular basis, I guess wasn't there that day, I'm assuming. And
No, they were there. Devontae Smith was there.
So he was just missing people?
Yes, he stinks.
He was just missing people.
It's
Okay, because I
crazy.
didn't see it, but I heard about it. All the way here in Westchester, New York, I heard about it.
I'm telling you, he was
Let me tell you
overthrowing.
something.
I'm even more north in New York. You know that.
That's gonna be one of the big, and you know what? That's gonna cost Kyle Shanahan his job, because if those other guys turn out better than him, they'll never live it down. They'll never live it down. Never. So that's my only bust. I don't care about.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. I'm gonna tell you like this, sports guru. Don't listen to the 49ers until they pick who they pick. That's all I'm gonna say. They are they are the biggest gamblers in the draft. They the smokescreen in the draft. They'll lie to you and tell you we drafted Tim Tebow.
Dennis, I hear you, but the one thing you got to think of, the one thing you got to take into consideration about people like Kyle Shanahan, they think they invented the wheel. They think they know more than everybody. So they always want to reinvent things and always want to kind of outsmart people. Those are the people you got to worry about. Because I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people get far in life, not by thinking they know everything, but knowing what they don't know. That's even more key in life to be successful. Knowing what you don't know. Not what you know, but what you don't know, and where you need to solicit people. They think they are reinventing the wheel with this young man, and the quarterback position is transcended now. Even if you look at Zach and those other guys, they all are very athletic. He's the only one that's not athletic. So why is he so vaunted? It makes no sense.
Well, the way they talking about, he play a NFL ready, what you call it?
Offense.
Yeah, offense already.
Well, yeah, they were literally NFL players. Yeah.
But also they're trying to say he's so cerebral. Be careful. This ain't
Right.
This is, you know who
Right.
you know what what's his name got on the Wonderlink? What's his name? Tua? Anybody got a guess? When Tua got on the Wonder
League test?
Huh?
The Wonder League, you talking about the Wonder League test?
Yeah. You know what Tua got on the Wonderlink?
What did he get?
A freaking 9.
I think that was Lamar that got the 9.
This is why I don't believe. This is why I don't believe in the Wonder League.
I think it was Lamar that got the 9.
This is why I don't believe in the Wonder. This is why I don't believe in the Wonder League test. You know who scored the highest in the Wonder League test as a quarterback at one point in time?
Who?
The one everybody loved, Fitzmagic.
But he
did shit in the NFL.
He went
so
to
the Wonder
Ivy
League
League
test is what you measuring people on.
Oh, Lamar was a 13. He was a 13. Yeah. Okay.
Tua got a 9.
Tua had a low one too. Yeah.
What was Josh Rosen's test?
His was pretty high.
I know. I was like, oh,
it's
he
just
sucks.
Like just because you're.
It depends on who you are. I don't even think the Wonder League test should be a test no more. It ain't helping. It ain't helping nobody.
Mac Jones is literally QB7, maybe. And when you were saying athletic, it's not even just the top
Mac
guys.
Jones,
It's not even just the top guys.
I personally believe that Kyle Trask is better than Mac Jones. That's what I personally believe.
They both stink. It's like they're throwing darts at a dartboard.
But Trask was leading in the Heisman last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then the second his four number one pass catching options went down, he stunk.
Until he lost that game where that football player threw that shoe that we still waiting to land.
My man lost to LSU, and we didn't have Derek Stingley. They didn't have Pitts, but we didn't have Derek Stingley. He had 4 number one pass catching options, legitimately. He had Kyle Pitts,
that's why I think he's going to be successful, because he's going to end up going to a team that's already loaded, and then he's going to light it up. He don't have to go to a poor team.
But there's a difference between Alabama and college loaded and a 49ers team that may be loaded.
Unless he go to Denver.
There's a big difference.
That's a loaded wide receiving team.
And Damon was saying about the athleticism. Like it's not even just the top guys. He's probably maybe the 10th most athletic. Because you look at Zach Wilson, Lawrence, Fields, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson, all obviously more athletic. Jamie Newman, more athletic. Kellen Mond, definitely more athletic. Shane Buechele, more athletic. Sam Ehlinger is probably more athletic. So it's like it's not even just the top guys.
Is a typical Texas quarterback. He is Colt McCoy 2.0.
Oh,
That's exactly what he is. That's exactly what Sam Ellinger is. I like Colt McCoy, but that's what he is.
Yeah, Colt McCoy's cool. I actually like Sam Ellinger. I don't think he's that good, but I like him as a player. Him and Duvernay gave my Tigers, my unbeatable Tigers, a run. That was our closest game of the season when we won the championship.
Zara, what you got for your bus?
I'll add one player to Guru's player because Mac Jones is clearly my one. but get ready. Y'all ready? Yeah. Zach Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Oh.
The best quarterbacks in this draft is Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. Those are the three that are going to pan out. Mac Jones and Zach Wilson will not.
Well, Colin Coward quote about
well,
that.
I'm talking like I'm talking the high profile. Those lower picks, they kind of, if they don't pan out, oh well, like Trask, and he probably ain't gonna go into like the third or fourth round. So if he don't do nothing, it's not a huge thing.
I got Zach tied for QB5 on my board. So
I don't know I like the Jet. I'm not a Niner fan, but I like the dude, the coach that they got. The Jet. I don't know how the hell
Robert Salah.
Zach, I don't know how the hell this dude became the set number 2 quarterback just out of the blue when he wasn't nowhere near, and just one day he became right behind Lawrence. I have no idea to this day. Same with Mac Jones creeping up there. Same. It was the whole year. It was Lawrence, Fields, and Lance, and then it was everybody else.
Right.
It's way deeper than that.
I'm talking Wilson wasn't even in that group.
At one point, Trash was in there because he was in the Heisman.
Kinda. I will give you that. It was
until his 4 number 1 pass catch.
My thing is Justin Fields, the one going to the Jaguars. I forgot his name.
Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence.
They should be 1A and 1B or vice versa.
That's how I got it ranked.
If you took your team to a national championship, that 1A and 1B.
You see what happened to Watson?
Right. In my eyes. Now,
Mitch Trubisky.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I think Zach Wilson is. I think Zach Wilson is Mitchell Trubisky.
And he going to.
I agree with that.
He going.
That don't mean that he's okay. When I say that don't mean that he's bad, because Mitchell Trubisky in his rookie year went to a Pro Bowl, and in the same year I think he threw 6 touchdowns in the game.
We got to stop with the Pro Bowls at this point. We got to stop.
Well, he threw 6
He's a perfect
touchdowns
example of why Pro Bowls.
Dennis, your cousin's got a problem.
My cousin.
Your cousin's got a problem. Major problem. It's Celtics getting ready to go down to OKC. 114-109, 21 seconds left.
Yeah. My cousin gonna be pissed. Yeah.
I'm just letting you know. You might want to go get him.
I want to. Jared, do you have a bust to this draft?
Those are a lot of mine as well. Mac Jones, obviously. Zach Wilson, I have as I don't think he's terrible. I just don't think he's just all that good. And I think his arm talent's super overrated. We talked about it, forgetting on what show recently. But his arm talent's getting so overrated, because yes, you can have the throw power, but arm talent is also how accurate you are and all the fundamental stuff still with that throw power. It's also how in short area, how quick you're throwing the ball, how much velocity you have, like a Brett Favre who could just throw the seams off of the football in the short and medium distances. And he doesn't have he just has a strong arm distance. He can just throw the ball far. He doesn't really have any of the other stuff. He underthrows a lot of balls. So I don't know. The Zach Wilson stuff's weird to me. It's just Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence for 5 years ago they were going to be the number one. Fields was debatably better than Trevor Lawrence. A lot of people said that when they were in high school. It was an open competition, and he beat him in an open competition at the Elite 11. But I just don't understand and Justin Fields, you can argue, produced better than Trevor Lawrence in college, besides the team accomplishment of a national championship. So I don't understand where it all of a sudden went from Trevor and Justin, who's number 1, who's number 2. They're going to be the top 2 picks, like an RG3 and Andrew Luck, to Fields is maybe QB5, Fields is maybe QB4. It's just ridiculous to me. So yeah, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. I don't think it's a strong QB class. I only like 3 of them. Travis Etienne, I don't think is going to be that good. I'm not really a big Etienne guy.
Oh shit! Ooh.
I said it before this season, and then he had a pretty bad season for the most part. Like he had a decent yardage and touchdown number for college, but like it wasn't. You're going to get that with Clemson if you're at least decent. You know what I'm saying? And they had, I don't know. I'm not big on him. I don't have him in my top. Like all the guys I mentioned before, and then Trey Sermon would be another guy I have above him. So he's not high for me. Rashad Bateman, we touched on before too. He's a big one. I won't say Penei Sewell's a bust, but I don't think he's a generational talent. I think he's a very, very good offensive tackle. I think he's the best offensive tackle, but I don't think he's this like Quentin Nelson, like rare breed of like lineman. But I think he's very good. I think Jamar Chase is a very good receiver, but I don't think he's the second coming, like a lot of people are saying. And it's not, I don't know if I would say it bothered me, but him and Sewell being the only players that weren't dinged at all for opting out is kind of annoying to me, just because every other player that opted out was dinged for it, except those 2. So that's and kind of Micah Parsons. So yeah, I'm just a little lower. He's still in my top 50. Jamar Chase, he's still up there, but he's not like the number 1 receiver or anything for me. And that's really the main notable ones that I have.
All right, Sharon Chocolate Girl, what do you have?
Well, I have the 2 quarterbacks everybody else had on their list, Zach Wilson and Mac Jones, for obvious reasons. And then I have Jason Owe. Oh, I don't know how you pronounce his last name.
The guy
I think it's Owa.
The guy from Penn State. Goddamn. Good pick, baby.
Yes.
Good pick.
I have him as a potential bust. This man had 0 sacks for over 7 games. How you do that? Where they do that at?
And you first
it's going to depend
talent.
where he gets drafted.
And you first
if he goes
round
like
talent
round.
out of a Big Ten college. And I'm just like, what? How does this happen? I couldn't believe it when I read about it. So he quickly made my potential bust list. Now this other one, you guys, this is a hot take. So Dennis, you might consider cutting out this section for one of your quotes of the day or something when I say this, but I believe that Jalen Waddle has bust potential.
Whoa, shit. Oh.
Yes,
I don't think he's a bust, but I don't know. I also think he's a little overrated.
I'm not finished. Let me finish.
I think they say it's top 3.
Let me tell you why before you say, no, I don't think that's.
No, I ain't going to say none of that. Go ahead.
But just listen why. Because he first of all, he's got an ankle injury that he recovered from, right? And yeah, he put up pretty good numbers before his ankle injury, which was pretty serious. But people with ankle injuries tend to have ankle injuries when they get into the NFL sooner or later. And if it's not the ankle, then it's a knee or something. It's somewhere, anywhere from the knee down, he's gonna have an issue within the first 2 or 3 years of his career. That's my prediction. But also, he needs to improve his route running. Out of the top 5 quarterbacks predicted to go, the top 5 in the draft, he's the one that's the worst route runner. Yes, he's quick. Yes, I mean he's good. He's got some pretty good hands and so forth, but he didn't even do better than his teammate. He didn't outdo him. And he's not that much bigger than his teammate, and everybody's making all this issue about how small Devontae Smith is. Well, he's not that bigger. He's only about 10 pounds heavier, and he could be an inch shorter. So I'm not feeling him. And I haven't been this whole time once I started actually studying players for the draft. I just haven't. It's something about this player that I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced that he's going to be that successful in the NFL. Given the fact that he's supposed to be a top 10 talent, I believe that he may not make top 20 talent, which will make him a bust in my eyes. Because when you go into the NFL and you're expected to be top 10 talent, but you pull a 19 or a 20, that's a bust to me because you're not living up to your expectations and your billing. For me, that's what that means for me. So you heard it here first, folks. I don't believe Jalen Waddle is going to be successful.
See, I almost added Smith to my list, but I say, you know what? They may all three be good, but if I was going to pick one between the two, Chase is going to be a beast. So, I'm good there. But I'll almost pick Smith, Devontae instead of Waddle, but I left.
I actually believe that Devontae, despite the whole hype about his size and so forth, I actually believe that he's going to do quite well. But Waddle, I'm not convinced on him. Oh, and that's it. That's it, Dennis.
All right. Well,
but the biggest one was that Jason Oweh.
that was my pick right there, Jason Oweh.
Oh, you picked him too? Okay.
Yeah, because everybody kept talking about how good he was going to be and all that. And I'm like, this dude.
It's going to depend where he gets drafted. He can go late second, even early third.
Yeah, if he go third round, then
he's a guy you're gambling on the traits and develop. You're gambling on your ability to develop a guy that's just traits right now. That's basically what he is.
If he go third round, then I'm with you on that. But other than that, no. And y'all basically said most of the other people I was gonna say. I'm out of people to say. I ain't be honest with you. But besides that, Ryan, we got your hot topics. You ready?
Yep.
Oh man, let me read some of these comments. Hold on. Read some of these comments. How far can I go back?
I got them. You want me to read them?
Yeah.
Okay. So Corey Williams says Mac Jones didn't look good. Dalton Blaze said Zach Wilson is a bust. Dalton says my bust is Gregory Rousseau. And Dalton Smith also said Mac Jones is a bust and Justin Fields is a bust. And Blaze said 5'9" corner, all you got to do is have vert and ball skills. And Corey Williams says Sean Wade looks solid. Dalton Smith said Kyle Trask is a bust. You hear that, Dennis? Blaze said won't go high enough to be a significant bust. Dalton says Micah Parsons is a bust. Dalton got everybody being a bust. Blaze said Mac Jones, they view him in San Francisco as a quick fix to give Jimmy G the boot and save $25 million.
But they ain't boot him nowhere. That's why I don't think they're going to pick him.
Not yet. Corey Williams said Bill Belichick drafts better than Kyle Shanahan. And Blaze said Sean Wade is dog shiggity.
Yeah, Sean Wade's out.
Corey Williams says Mac Jones is my bust. Deborah Beatty says I can't wait until the draft gets here. This shit is driving me crazy. And Blaze said the only game Zach Wilson had any adversity was the last second schedule change of Coastal Carolina. After I watched that game, I knew Zach was a pretender.
Wow.
I got a Zach picture. Let me share.
Dalton Smith said, I'm ready to get it over with. Ernest said, wow, the Celtics are going down 8th place very soon. Mr. Hardrose said he likes that. Corey Williams says Jalen Waddle is too skinny. And Kellen Kane Lane said this ain't bodybuilding. I guess he said that to Corey when he said Jalen Waddle was too skinny. And Blaze said, I like Devontae Smith more than Waddle. Corey Williams says DK Metcalf is the best physical wide receiver I've seen in years. I don't know why he said that, but that was it.
All right, Ron Thomas.
Do you think Joe Burrows can take Cincinnati Bengals to the playoffs this season?
Hell no.
I'm going with no too. Hell, I'm a guru on that.
No, I mean it ain't because
Hell
of him.
no.
They just don't have a good team.
To the no. Hell to the no.
They can't stop the run. They can't defend the pass.
And
And
if
he'll do well, but they're not gonna go to the playoffs. They're just not.
Hell
division.
no. To the no. Next question.
What wide receiver you think will be a bust in this year draft?
Well, I'm gonna go with I don't know. Shit. I like the way Shane put it with Waddle though.
Shad beat.
Y'all better get behind me on this. I'm telling you, Waddle is it.
I would say Rashad Bateman. He's supposed to go to Chicago. Get drafted by Chicago. Best.
Next question.
Who you say, Sharon?
She already said Waddle.
I just said Waddle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Michael Thomas have a great season this year?
Well, I mean, his quarterback is going to be Jameis Winston, right?
Yeah.
So I think he has a good chance of having a good redemption season. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll have a pretty good season. He won't be
not doing no damn crab legs. Can we stop it?
He didn't like Drew. What's his name? His quarterback.
He used to like Drew, but
they had a riff.
Drew kind of tore his draws with him behind that George Floyd stuff.
Oh, here we go. Crab legs.
Number 4. Do you think Jameis Winston will take the Saints to the playoffs?
Hell no. No, let me stop.
Yeah, I think they're going to the playoffs. Yeah.
They go to the playoffs.
No,
I don't think they're going to
playoffs.
I say no.
I don't think they're a playoff team.
NFC is too strong.
And they kind of lost players too.
It's too strong.
Yeah,
NFC ain't never been too strong.
I'm about to say NFC.
I got 2 teams coming out. I got 2 teams coming out the West, potentially 3. I got Tampa Bay winning that division. I got Green Bay coming. I got, I think we're going to win our division. I mean, that's 6 right there. I don't think New Orleans is going to be – New Orleans is going to have to – okay, so New Orleans is going to get in as a wild card because I think we all agree Tampa Bay is probably going to win that division.
Yeah.
No, I don't agree. I don't believe Tampa Bay is going to win that division, no.
You got New Orleans win that division?
I think so.
Okay. All right.
I just know it won't be Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Well, they ain't won the division last year. They still won the Super Bowl.
Exactly. They won the Super Bowl. I
know that. I'm just saying going into this year, it seemed I thought that was the consensus, but hey, I feel you. You got Winston. And hey, man, I like Winston when he came out. I was a fan, so I hope, this would be a great story if he lead them to not only the playoffs, but a division win.
Yeah, they could turn it to a 30-30.
Everybody right now.
I would like that, actually.
I'm going to tell everybody right now, watch out for the Falcons.
I am watching out.
I'm going to tell you why.
I'm gonna say this about the Falcons.
Thursday.
I'm gonna be honest with you about the Falcons, Ron. I'm not sleeping on the Falcons at all. I actually like some of the things that I'm hearing about the Falcons right now. So that's another reason why I'm not guaranteeing that the Buccaneers are going to win the division.
I'm finna tell everybody like this: Matt Ryan is a putter or shut up year for Matt Ryan.
Well, look like he's gonna be shutting up.
And I'm finna tell you, the last time we did something, we went to the Super Bowl. I'm not saying we going to
Sounders are going to playoffs.
But we will make it to the playoffs.
Oh shit!
I will say that.
Can I tell you who I think gonna win the division?
Yes.
Can I?
Well, say Carolina to get
better not say Carolina.
Temple tough, baby. Temple tough. Bat rule winning the division. God damn it!
They're getting good.
Darnold, baby.
No,
it ain't gonna be because Darnold's because Teddy Two Gloves.
My next.
Oh, okay. You think he's gonna still be on the roster? You think they're gonna keep him?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think AB still a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL?
Hell no.
He got top 5 talent.
That's not the question.
no.
That's
Nah,
not
you
the
right.
question.
My
Then.
bad.
Hell
My bad. My
no.
bad. My bad, Sharon, little
No,
brother.
no,
That's
no.
not the question.
All right,
You
he
got
not top 5 wide receiver then.
What's the
My bad,
question?
Sharon, little brother.
What's the question now?
Do you think AB still a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL?
When was the
Are
last
y'all
time
waiting
he
on
was
me
a
to
top
answer?
5?
Oh, we answered already.
Yeah.
When was the last time he was top 5 wide receiver? What, 2018?
Years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so what? All of y'all said no. All of y'all said no.
He's not a top 5
Hell
receiver right now.
no.
No.
We said hell no.
The
To
no,
the
no, no.
no.
Well, that's okay. All of y'all wrong because yes, he is.
Okay.
She has that right.
My next question.
That's right. All of y'all wrong. He's still top 5 in the NFL. Yes, he is.
All right.
Do you think the Miami Dolphins will make it to the playoffs this year?
No, Tua will
It
be a
all
bust.
depends on Tua.
Right. It all
What
depends
Tua we
on
gonna
him.
get? Are we gonna get this one
Tua's
that
gonna have a good year.
No, he's not.
are we gonna get this one that Shoe Shane came over and sucked the soul out of him? Or are we gonna get the Tua that we all love, tank for Tua? Which Tua we gonna get?
It's going to also
Ain't gonna
depend on
happen.
other things, like is Byron Jones going to keep getting burnt, or are they going to move him back to free safety?
He should have
That's a
stayed in Dallas.
factor.
He should have stayed in Dallas. That's his problem. Maybe
He's
chase
fine
him.
when he plays. He's a good free safety. He just stinks at
He
corner.
was a good corner for us.
That's because that was
Sometimes
because of the defensive coordinator. Well, he actually was a backup defensive coordinator for y'all, but that was because of him. And still, I'm trying to figure out why ain't nobody hired this man as
You
defensive
talking about dude we got from Melanelli? Wait, is it Melanelli?
Rashard, what's his name? Rashard.
Yeah, I know you talking about. Yeah, I like
what's
him.
his name though?
I know, I'm drawing a blank. Melanelli was the offensive guy we got.
for who the cow.
Linehan was the offense. Who yeah, the Cowboys. Was it Marinelli? No, not Marinelli. What the fuck is his name? I'm drawing a blank. It'll come to me. But I know you're talking about, though. I know you're talking about.
My
I
next.
like him.
My
Wait a minute,
next.
what was your question? Go ahead.
Do you think the Miami Dolphins will make it to the playoffs this year?
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, it depends on Tua. Isn't that what everybody said?
I
Yeah.
said no, he's gonna be a bust. But yeah, everybody.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think yes.
Let me read. Go ahead.
I think yes.
Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
If
Chris
they
Broussard.
get
He
him
got
some
Atlanta
wide
making the
receivers,
playoffs.
You don't think it also depends on if that running game isn't putrid again?
I was gonna
Well,
say.
I think that's a factor too.
they can't do it without that running game.
Right.
You're right.
Miles Gaskin's RB1 right now, so unless they're
Let
going to
me
move Lynn
read
Bowden back to running back,
They
Let
might
me
draft
read-
Harris at 18, and I wouldn't be shocked.
they need to draft Najee Harris. That's why in our the live mock draft, I drafted him 9 overall.
That's too high, but
Let me read these
Read comment.
these comments before you go on to the next question, Ron.
Uh,
Corey Williams said Joe Burrow maybe. Blaze said Bengals will not go to the playoffs, and Zach Taylor will be fired after the season. And he's a Bengals fan.
That's because they won.
Corey Williams said
Don't
Devontae Smith gonna be a bust.
there you
And
go.
Corey Williams said Michael Thomas, you cast for the friendly ghost. So I guess Michael Thomas just disappeared. That's what
Ain't
he's
nobody
saying.
see me.
OG said Winston can see now. Yes, he can see now. He got the eye surgery done. So I got faith in him. Corey Williams said that Taysom Hill will start. I don't believe Taysom Hill is
I
going to
don't
start.
either.
James Chang said Kyle Pitts, baby. Corey
What?
said Dallas. I don't know why he said it, but Corey Williams said Dallas Cowboys ain't winning the NFC East. LOL. Well, nobody was talking about that, so I'm not sure why. But Kellen said,
Cesar did say that.
"Oh, well, Kellen said Cowboys 7-10." James Chang said Atlanta is going to win the division. James Chang also said that Panthers are trash. OG said the Falcons going to win the South. James Chang said Falcons all day once we get Kyle Pitts. And who gonna guard Kyle Pitts? Deborah Beatty said, Dalton, are you hearing this shit? I guess because Dalton is a Saints fan. Corey Williams said Giants, NFC East champs. Shane said Darnold gonna lead in turnovers again. And then Corey Williams said AB. And then Blaze said he barely cracked top 3 receiver on the Bucks. And Corey Williams, I don't care what you say, Blaze. AB is top 5. I don't care what you say. Corey Williams said Dolphins are my sleeper team. And OG said no on the Dolphins. Corey Williams said Dolphins need a running game. So they're right. That's what Pylon to Pylon said. Kellen Kane Lane said, oh no, the Dolphins are still a few steps away. Blaze said the Dolphins could take the Steelers spot in the playoffs. He just said that to get at me. No, that ain't happening. Blaze said the Steelers about to hit a downtrend. No, Blaze, we don't hit downtrends. Sorry. And Yuri said, what's up, everybody? Ready for the draft. All right, hit it, Ron.
Do you think a quarterback in this year's draft will pull a Eli Manning on draft day?
No.
No. Can I say you why?
Why?
Because they ought to be lucky they're going in any round. These quarterbacks are not exciting to me. So whatever they get, they should be happy with. That's my opinion.
Anybody else?
Get what you get and you don't get upset.
That's right.
Now, if it would have been one, it might have been Lawrence if the Jets didn't blow their chances at the #1 pick when they won that game against, I forgot who it was.
None of these quarterbacks' last name is Manning.
No, they said he said he was gonna go back to college though.
They don't have no clout. They don't have no pull. They're just not dominant enough. They better accept whatever the hell they get.
I read saying on that. Eli Manning and Peyton Manning father played in the NFL.
John Elway did it before them.
Well, I just saying, Eli father got a lot of pull in the NFL.
They just want to hear him whine more.
My next question.
Bump these kids. Go ahead, Ron.
What is the best rivalry in the National Football League today?
I got that. Y'all can go first. I'm going last because I got the right answer. Y'all can put out y'all bullshit first while I hold on to the right answer. Go right ahead.
Anybody?
So this is how it goes. So the all-time best football rivalry is the Packers and Bears. All time.
Supposedly they played each other.
Supposedly.
Well, I'm just that's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
Right, says who? In your opinion, or you reading that somewhere?
In my opinion, all time and kind of just a consensus. Again, it's opinion.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
I mean, y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I mean when I say it.
The only reason why I said that is because they played each other the most. That's why.
Out here in the Bay Area, it's the Cowboys and the Niners.
There ain't no rivalry.
I'm just telling you, it's a huge rivalry. We just
Eagles, Patriots, Giants, Patriots.
I will go with Shannon. I will go with Shannon on this. I think I know where Shannon
going. Say her answer yet?
Wait a minute.
So another one out here are the Raiders and Broncos. That's a pretty big.
You naming all these rivalries. Which one is the number one rivalry?
It's hard to say. Everybody's gonna have their answer.
That's what the question is. And Baltimore.
That's a good one.
That's not a big rivalry either.
It's a good one. But I'm gonna say if I gotta pick one, then I am going to go with. You ready, Dennis? Let's get them, Dennis. Cowboys, Philly, baby.
Really?
Biggest rivalry in football.
Tell them.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to pick a biggest rivalry in the NFL because everybody's just going to say their division, somewhere in their division.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're
Most
not.
people would.
Okay, Sam. You got the floor. You got the floor, Sam.
Okay. If you want to answer this question honestly and not be a homer, like Pylon was just talking about, and not pick just your division and all that stuff, and you just look at the history of sport of the game, And I'm not talking about historically in the number of times they played each other. Yeah, that's an old school rivalry. But the number one rivalry in the NFL is the Cowboys and the Redskins, or I'm sorry, the Washington football team. That's it.
I actually
That's
clap
it.
for you on that one.
Now,
And not
now
because
the
I'm a
biggest
Cowboy fan.
rivalry
That's
for
true.
me is the Steelers and the Ravens, because
Right.
we hate them now.
Right.
They actually took the Bengals' place
I
as
actually
being
agree with
our
her on
number
both
one
sides.
rival.
I'll give
It
you that. I agree
was.
with you on
But
both
Wait a minute,
sides.
hold it. Let me point out, wait, one more point, and then y'all can have at it. But if you looking at the game honestly, every season, it's a story. Every season, the media talks about those matchups between those two teams every season. I don't care if the teams are both trash or the teams are both great. It doesn't matter who's on the team, who's playing on the team. Doesn't matter who's coaching the team. It doesn't matter. They always make the media line because of the rivalry. And the surveys will tell you that too. It is the number one rivalry in the NFL. I hate the Washington football team with a passion because they were the last team in the NFL to ever integrate. So forever for me, it's F that team. Forever. That's just me. That's just how I roll. I like the Cowboys, okay? So I'm always pulling for the Cowboys when they play. But I just wanted to make that note. Now, I love my Steelers more than life, more than anything. But I cannot say that that's the number one rivalry in the whole NFL. I can't say that and be honest.
Okay.
Just trying to be honest.
I agree with
Anybody
that. I
else?
agree with all that.
Unbiased.
I agree with all that.
Anybody else?
I ain't heard from Guru. Guru
Me
just sitting
either.
there just smiling,
Come
looking
on,
all
Guru.
calm.
I've been,
He ain't said nothing.
I've been trying to
I'm
Hey,
sitting up
hey.
here waiting.
I said,
The only
That boy was
thing he
sitting
did
back in
was
deep thought,
he
sitting back in
leaned
that
up. He
chair.
leaned up closer to the camera.
Right.
I'm like, wait a
Come
minute
on,
now.
Guru.
I want to hear from you, man.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I mean, I don't argue when you're right. I mean, what the hell am I do that for? That's
Okay.
stupid people do that. You're right.
Okay.
Chocolate does it again.
It ain't the Giants Jets, Guru?
Jack, please.
Well, in the
Please.
comments, Yuri said, in his opinion, the best rivalry is the Cowboys and the Steelers. It's
not
a
a rivalry.
good rivalry, but it's not really a rivalry.
No, it's like the
I-
Niners and Dallas is not a
I'm
rivalry.
not a
looking
rivalry.
at
That's more of a game of respect.
I'm
Steelers
looking at
respect
the two
the
teams.
Cowboys, and the Cowboys respect the Steelers. And
I
that's
look
it.
at the two teams built the same way, got the same stuff on both teams. Good running backs, good quarterbacks, with throw 5 touchdowns each, and that defense will step the fuck up. And it come back to Pittsburgh and Baltimore, or Pittsburgh, New England.
What? No.
Yes, it do.
No,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh.
Go back.
yeah, yeah.
Wait.
I
Go
New
love
back
England,
and
my
New
check out
England and
those
No,
Indianapolis
New
was a
England
nice
has
rivalry
a
with
few
Peyton
more
Manning
rivalries.
and Tom Brady.
Wait. Go
What's going
back
on?
and check out those games in the past. It got down and dirty between those teams.
Not enough, man.
The Patriots have multiple teams more.
The Colts,
Of a rivalry
Peyton Manning
than
and
that.
Tom Brady, that was the rivalry for a minute.
Yeah, that was
And then
the
you have the
rivalry.
Giants and the Patriots, the
But
Eagles and the
I'm talking
Patriots.
about that.
Yeah,
You
but
know
see, those
it's going to be a
those are
dog
more-
out fight.
Those are
This
This is what we call it a
more.
rivalry,
Those,
though.
those are more revolving rivalries.
Rivalries.
But this rivalry with the Washington football team and the Cowboys has been forever.
Yeah,
And-
Yeah, but
I
it
would have to
died
say-
down.
let me tell you something else that's interesting about this rivalry, because this is not the first time I've discussed this question. I've discussed this before years ago. People who are not fans of their teams even gets involved in that rivalry game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people who don't give a darn about either team take sides for that game. And that doesn't happen with other teams. I'm not going to see Czar sitting up sporting a Pittsburgh Steelers jersey because he wants the Steelers to beat the Ravens so bad. That's not going to happen. But you
Right.
might catch a Steeler fan with a Cowboys shirt on, talking about go Cowboys because they can't stand the Washington team, or vice versa. You'll see that, but you're not gonna see the other way. People are like invested in that rivalry for some reason, unlike any other rivalry in the NFL. That's what I've discovered.
My last question. Do you think Brad Stevens will be the head coach of the Boston Celtics next year?
What you got, Guru?
Hell no.
Hell no. This Guru saying hell no. To the no.
You think they'll actually fire him now?
I think look, I believe they lost tonight against OKC.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
is a train wreck, man. This is getting ugly, brother.
Yeah, I know.
No, I agree with you. I just don't know if they have the balls to fire him, though.
Well, you know what? Link. If they don't, Danny Ainge he gonna lose his.
What link?
Yeah.
The link to stay tuned.
All right.
Well, I gotta get in there. You just drop it in my messenger.
All right.
Please.
But anyway, ladies.
So was that the last question? No. My answer to the question is, do I think he will be coach next season?
Next season.
21-22?
Yeah.
How long has he been there?
6 years, right? 5 years.
Is this his fifth
5
year?
years, 6 years.
He in a lot of trouble. Well, let me ask y'all this. Do you think that they'll get rid of him first or Danny Ainge first?
I think that we get rid of him first.
Yeah, him.
Danny Ainge not going nowhere. He's not finna lose his job.
I think Danny Ainge is on the hot seat too.
Ooh.
That's my prediction.
Ooh.
They did have a lot of draft picks. They was loaded on damn draft picks. You might be right on
and
that.
I'm telling you that Kemba trade is not going how they thought. And I'm telling you, they have not been they were not happy with the Kyrie Irving trade. They were not happy with the Kemba Walker trade.
Kyrie
and they messed up when they did that to IT.
Well, yeah, Kyrie left, but
see,
quick update. Warriors losing to Dallas right now, 38-12.
Me, I would never have got that point guard. If you want a point guard that will spread the floor then shoot, I would have got CP3.
No, they was better off keeping Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier was
perfect. Can we talk about CP3 next Tuesday? Because I really want to have a conversation about CP3.
You sure you want to talk about CP3?
Yeah, I'm quite sure I'm ready to talk about CP3
now. When Tuesday come and you say what we talking about, I'm gonna look at you like this. I ain't saying nothing to you. Like,
no, you gotta put it in the chat. You know I'm gonna forget.
I know. That's why I'm gonna look at you like this.
Okay.
You gotta
put it in my book right now.
You gotta put it in the chat, or I'll forget.
Yeah, that's matter of fact. That's gonna be the title of next week's show. CP3.
What? Oh well.
Yeah. But thank everybody for coming out with us tonight. Make sure y'all tune into the next show that's coming on in about like 1 minute. Stay tuned. I want to thank the Sports Guru for coming out, King Czar, Pylon to Pylon, Flying High Podcast, and Did You Hear What Chocolate Said? Thank all of y'all for coming out tonight. I gotta go to court on the next show, so I gotta be ready.
Check out the Ignorant Thinker Podcast Facebook page. There will be a what you call that thing? There will be a trailer posted soon for this show.
Yeah, the trailer will be posted real soon.
Not this week, next week. The Flying High Podcast will be back next week.
Next Saturday, not this Saturday?
Not this Saturday, because everybody watching the draft and stuff.
All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody, there's a new episode of Did You Hear What Chocolate Said? Posted on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Check it out.
Yeah, we trying to get the sports guru so we could be on Spotify and everything like that.
Sports Guru would kill me with that grin and you
I
have
think
it
I'm
on his face.
I think I'm gonna have a guru on my podcast.
Oh yeah, we gotta get Guru on the show.
I think we need to. I think we need to. I need to interview him on some things.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Willis Reed. Maybe we'll have that conversation.
Well, you know, we used to call him Funky.
Funky.
Okay. Yo,
Okay.
it's crazy. God bless. Good night.